Joel here with the Poor Man's Retro Gaming Room. Yes, that's right, the Poor Man's Retro Gaming Room, retro gaming setup. So here we do have my HD TV, and then below that, mostly modern consoles. I do have my regular PlayStation there. I also have the Nintendo Switch. Lighting is bad down there, guys, but there is an Xbox One there, a PS4, PS3, an Xbox 360. Then we go over to my CRT. It's a Sony Trinitron, and I've been very happy with this CRT, and I actually picked it up off the curb, saw it on Facebook, went and got it for free. We do have a PlayStation in the box. I try to keep all my boxes from all my consoles, but unfortunately I don't have them for my retro consoles, most of them anyway. And then over here we do have the retro consoles. Starting here we have PlayStation 2, the Sega Saturn, the regular Xbox, the original Xbox. We have the Super Nintendo Junior, we have the Sega Genesis and Sega 32X. And then we also have the TurboGrafx 16. Down here we do have the Nintendo 64, the regular Nintendo, the NES, the GameCube, the Wii, the Sega Dreamcast. And then here is the start of my gaming collection. I do have most of the mini consoles, the mini SNES, NES, of course the mini Genesis, and then I have the mini PlayStation, or PlayStation Classic, however you want to say it. And then I do have some of the retro consoles that play on the HD TV, the Mega Retron HD, the Super Retron HD. And actually those two I'm really pretty happy with. And then here I do have probably the best thing in my collection, Sega Genesis Altered Beast launch version in the box. And from everything I can tell, it's complete. I got the the setup instructions, the poster. So yeah, and I even have the little the RF adapter. Sorry, that one's kind of hard to find. Anyway, moving on. Of course, the Atari Classic, and I also have my Xbox One collection. I have some of my favorite games up here, some of my best games, just because they don't fit with my Sega Genesis collection anymore. I need to get some more shelving, actually. So then we had the Xbox collection, then we have the Sega Genesis collection. Probably more Sega Genesis games than I have anything. I have my Super Nintendo collection, and I've been pretty particular on the games that I purchased for the SNES. For the most part, they are the good games. I don't have, they're real expensive games. Probably the most expensive ones I have is the Contra 3, Castlevania 4, Super Metroid, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Then I do have my PlayStation collection here. I also have my Sega Saturn collection and my Sega Dreamcast collection. Not much of a collection, but it's a start. Regular NES games, Xbox 360, PS2, and PS3. And then of course I don't know why I have so many PlayStation 1s, but I do. And then two Sega Genesis. The better models really, but I do just kind of got into the 32X, and I like it on the Model 2. Aesthetically it looks better, and it really does turn that Model 2 into a better system. It looks a lot better, and I think the sound is a little better, and maybe I'm wrong on that, I don't know, but it seems like it is anyway. The old Atari 2600, and Overflow games, PSP games, Nintendo Wii games, N64 games, Atari 2600 games, and PlayStation 2 Overflow, Xbox 360 Overflow. And then you gotta have, I mean, seriously, you gotta have Gene Simmons on a dragon. What gaming room would be complete without Gene riding a dragon? Then I also have, the 3DS. Action Replay. Every Sega Saturn owner should have the Action Replay. And I may have one that's, modded to where I can actually play, backup games if I wanted to. And the only two Sega 32X games I've got so far. I'm just starting on Sega 32X, and actually Star Wars isn't bad. I like it. Raw, I haven't really got into. WWF for Raw, I haven't got into yet, but I will. Then GameCube games, Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, of course, and then the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. I like the GameCube. I don't have enough games on it yet. I'd like to get more, but we'll get there. PS4 games, Xbox One games, some of my old big box PC games, and then of course basket full of controllers. Some of the Nintendo Overflow. Only have 3 TurboGrafx 16 games, but I'm getting there. And so that is it. These drawers here, they all case controllers as well. But yeah, that's the poor man's retro gaming room. Alright guys, well I do hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll be adding some videos here. I'm just gonna kind of record my journey in collecting retro games and trying to do it on a budget and trying to find good games at cheap prices. So anyway, we'll talk to you later.